Morning, afternoon, evening, depending on what time you're watching. Boardshop.co.uk surfboard review time, and it is the new TJ Twinzer from Firewire. A mid-length, as you can see, but with a twist, with a Twinzer setup, hence the name, the TJ Twinzer. That's Taylor Jensen, one of Firewire's team riders. Designed by Stu Kenson, who is the master of Twinzery type designs from back in the day. It's a really functional mid-length with that added Twinzer spice. So let's have a little look at the board first. Nice rounded eggy shape, bit more pulled in at the nose, and then nice rounded tail. Flattish rocker through the middle, wide point just ahead of centre, so lots of volume in there for paddle power and wave catching for a high wave count, but not too far forward that you're going to find yourself trying to pump it on the front foot all the time to get it going. Medium nose rocker, medium tail rocker, so enough rocker there to make sure you're not going to catch a rail on takeoffs and what have you, and enough to keep it loose and flowing. And this board is all about flow and glide. It's a really smooth rail to rail board surf wise. The rails are medium-ish through the middle of the board here, and then pull down to be quite aggressive as you come to the Twinzer setup towards the back of the board. So if you surf a little bit further forward, it's all that glidey, cruisy, drawn out turn mid-length thing. But then if you get your foot back a little bit and utilise that Twinzer setup, then it's a really explosive mid-length to surf. So the bigger you go, the more drawn out your turns are going to be. So if you're coming from a short board, look at the smaller sizes. If you want that glide and cruising, go a little bit bigger. Comes in a 6.8, 7.0, 7.2 and 7.4. 6.8 packs in about 44 litres, so it's not overly volumed. You're going to be able to duck dive it on all but the biggest days. And if you look at the outline, the shape, there's another Firewire board called the Long Rider, and it's fairly similar to that, and that's been a really popular mid-length with a more traditional fin setup. So this Twinzer thing, what's this all about then? Well, we've been surfing the FM Love Machine a lot. Everybody here loves that board with the Twinzer setup, and the reason we like it is because the Twinzer setup gives you a lot of grip, a lot of hold through your turns, but doesn't kill your speed. So you can lean into your turns really hard. And on other boards you might slide out or bog a rail, but the Twinzer setup really helps you just push through the turn and maintain that speed. So what you get is the rear fins, the twin fin setup gives you the speed and the looseness of a kind of a traditional twin, and these little fins at the front, called a canard, which I believe is French for duck, these give you that extra grip and help keep the flow of the water evenly onto the twins. So especially, like, my backhand's awful, and I always overextend or fall forward or fall backwards as I'm pushing too hard. With this setup, you can push as hard as you like and it just kind of catapults you through your turns. So, you know, even if you're awful on your backhand, you've got a board that you can surf that way. And what we like about the Twinzer as well is that instant speed, that instant acceleration, so that even if you're surfing in average or poorer waves, then you're still going to have a fun surf. So wave range for this thing, so you can surf it in anything from like thigh high, which is a bit junky. The helium construction doesn't mind a bit of chop, but it will hold all the way up into super punchy bigger waves as well, like way overhead. There's a really good Taylor Jensen video of him surfing at Trestles, where he's surfing in a wide wave range, and you can see how the board functions. And obviously we're not quite as good as Taylor Jensen at surfing, but you can see he actually jams the tail down and gets the board vertical, as well as all the cruisy, more drawn out turns. So you've basically got all the good mid-length stuff, high wave count, glide, cruise and what have you, and the Twinzer gives it that little bit of extra dimension. So if you're trying to push your turns, work on your turns, this setup really works. And like I said, that Love Machine FM that we've all got one of works really well from that point of view. Now, the other bonus of this is that you've got the helium epoxy construction. The helium is super tough, tougher than PU, but also you've got that constant even flex, which even helps more with generating speed out of your turns. So I think this is going to be a really popular board. Twins and Twinzery type things are in fashion for good reason, not just a fashion thing, but the fact that they help you surfing certain things depending on where you're trying to get to. So the TJ Twinzer from Firewire, a very good addition to the range, a board you can surf in any conditions, from low intermediate standard right up to seasoned rippers. And there it is, the TJ Twinzer. We like it.